What's going on, everybody? Cortez the Conqueror. I know it's been a little while since I hit you guys with some content, so I had to come back live from the metaverse. Pretty cool video that I put together today for you guys. First half, run some errands, get to see some of the sights of Chicago. Second half, I will be giving away all of my soil secrets. We're going to build my soil from scratch. You guys get to see everything that I do. And make sure you stay all the way to the end of the video because I'm going to drop one of the biggest bombshells on YouTube right now. I guarantee you this little soil hack that I'm going to teach you guys, no one else in the cannabis realm has covered. So make sure you stay tuned all the way to the end of the video. And don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe.
Yo, TG, turn it up.
I want to take a minute to shout out my sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Monster and Sativa. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I decided to make a little different form of content today. So this is my day vlog, but you guys get to spend the day with me. Well, try to cut this down to maybe 10-15 minutes, but enjoy. Alright, so it's Saturday. The first thing we got to do, I got some stuff that got delivered to an Amazon locker yesterday, so let's go get that out of the way. Headed to the old Stop and Save on the east side. This place is quite ghetto and smells like urine, but this is where the Amazon locker is. Alright, mission successful. Now, we got to go check out these t-shirts to see how much they want to get them printed. This is definitely what I'm wearing to the DGC Cup this year. And then we got to go to the grow store because I need some dirt and I need to get it cooking. But for now, let's go check out these t-shirts and see what they're talking about. We do have to go to the west side, unfortunately. Sorry, guys, but it'll be okay.
Let me this bitch about it.
Size and color shirt you're after?
She wanted a black shirt, so can you print it in white?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. So we'll do a black t-shirt.
All of our shirts in every size and color over here on this rack. The bottom is hoodies and sweatshirts. At the far end over there, we've got ladies' shirts and
Okay, thanks so much.
we typically go to like 10 or 12 inches, but since this one's like totally square, I think maybe like 8 inches wide might be the move, but whatever you think.
I'll go with what you suggest. All right, now it's time to get some dirt.
There's just so much to it. Yeah. So with it, some of the guys that come through, I talked to one of them last week, and they were one of the 13 model. These two groups, 4 at a time, depending on when you are. We're gonna find this, yeah. But now he knows the sound
what you're getting on this. Oh, I see what you're saying. Every node would have 3 bugs going around. So I normally I get like 2 or something like that. That's a triple, isn't it? When that shit happens?
Okay, now that we got all the supplies from the grocery store, I'm gonna get a little bit more in depth with you guys and show you my recipe and how everything works here. And don't forget, stay tuned all the way to the end to get this major secret. Okay, so first things first, gonna get it started with the base oil. Got a bag of the Happy Frog here, which is a pretty good source of mycorrhizae. This is the 2 cubic foot bag. Then we got the Ocean Forest. This is a little bit more nutrient dense. It's a little hotter, so that's why I like to combine these two. So it can pretty much work at any stage of your plant production. This is 1.5 cubic feet to the 2. We're working out of a 55-gallon tote today. Once you get those 2 into the tote, you want to go ahead and give them a really good mix. All right, next up, what we got is perlite, and I got about 4 cubic feet here, so this will probably last me about 2 years. I don't know about you guys, but personally, I like this stuff that's a little bit more on the chunky side. The goal right now is to add about 15 to 20%. One thing you guys know, if you know me all too well, is I'm not too exact about anything. So for right now, what I'm really looking to do is just put a white layer on top of this soil. And I achieved that with about 3 liters. I went ahead and gave that a good mix. I know it almost looks like too much at the moment, but bear with me. Next up is truly one of the powerhouses of my arsenal. This is the Purple Cow Active Compost. It's manure free, so you don't really get that like bad stank. I'm recertified if you even care. I went ahead and added that whole bag of compost in here. You want to mix this really good, and you want to get all the way to the bottom and pay special attention to the corners of the totes as well, because you don't want any pockets where things are built up. You want a consistent product all the way through. Next up is worm castings. These are actually from African night crawlers. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this entire bag in there. Okay, last but not least, I will be adding about 6 liters of this hydroton. I know I already added the perlite, but this is actually like an insurance policy. This is kind of like a backdoor. So if I ever get any type of weird nutrient lockout, any type of deficiency, something I don't like in my plants, this pretty much gives me a rapid evacuation route. Added 3 liters in. Gonna add the other 3 liters in now and give it a good mix. All right, so it's looking pretty good so far. This is the basic recipe, but I do want to fill up this 55-gallon tote a bit more because of the next step that we're coming up to. But I'm gonna go ahead and add this to even it out to maximize the 55 gallons. All right, I've got my soil just about where I want it. And if you guys notice, I did not fill all the way to the top of this 55-gallon container. I left room. I need room to mix. I need room to work. But now that you guys see where I have this, as promised, we're about to get into the secret. So let's go ahead and move on to the next step of this. All right, so next step of the process, we got to get this dirt cooking. Now, Cortez, what do you mean by cooking? Well, no matter how high of quality soil you get, there's still going to be undesirable things in there. Mainly, biggest things you guys might find is fungus gnats. If you go with something lower quality like Home Depot, Walmart, which I would not recommend at all, you might start to find thrips, you might start to find spider mites. But what we're about to do is we're about to hydrate the soil. We're actually going to overhydrate it a bit. So I am going to welcome all of those pests, anything I might run into in the course of my grow, and I'm going to eliminate it now. And that is where the secret comes in that I promised since the beginning of the video. Now these are beneficial nematodes, 15 million of them to be exact. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get 3 gallons of water. I'm gonna mix these 15 million nematodes into 3 gallons. I'm gonna use 2 gallons to hydrate the soil, and I'm gonna use the other gallon for plants that I already have going now, just to do a little bit of IPM. All right, got 3 gallons of dechlorinated water here. Gonna go ahead and drop the nematodes in. After we got these in here, we're gonna go ahead and give them a really good mix. I can't even begin to tell you guys how effective these things are. They will literally, any pest, any little predator in the soil, we are about to burn their village to the ground. I actually really want to show you guys how effective these are. So I'm going to go ahead and put an image on the screen to show you everything that they're effective against. Now that I've taken out of here what I wanted for my other plants, leaves me with about 2 gallons. And I'm just going to go right ahead and pour this in here. I'm going to try to do it as evenly as possible. I want to fully saturate the top of this soil without spilling and spread that nematode goodness all around. These are like sentinels. These are sicarios in my garden. Don't want to leave any man behind, so I want to go ahead and maximize that. One thing you'll notice, I did not mix my soil again after I added the nematodes. I just went ahead and added the lid to it. I actually won't even take the lid off the top of here for 7 days.
Right, so like I said, I'm not gonna mix it, I'm not gonna take the lid off, I'm just gonna leave everything as is for 7 days. Then on the 7th day, so a week from today, I'm gonna take the lid off and I'm gonna give everything a really thorough mix. I'm gonna put the lid back on, I'm gonna let it sit another 7 days. I'm gonna repeat that process 3 times. So I'm gonna go 3 weeks, only mixing it once a week. Now, after that, I am going to take the lid off. So from the 3rd to the 4th week, I'm gonna leave the lid off of it and I'm gonna let it dry out and I'm gonna mix it pretty much like every day. Now, with cooking your soil, the goal really is to go at least a full 30 days. And the ultimate goal at the end is a full dry back. If you're kind of familiar with that, you want your soil totally dry again. This way you make sure that you get rid of all of those pests. Now, there's actually some other benefits that I have not mentioned yet to my soil system, the soil that I build. All of the soil that I use, I actually recycle. Well, half of it at least, because I'm going to save 50% of my soil. I'm gonna throw 50% out and I'm going to mix in the other half. Now, you guys might see that I do have a lot that went into the initial batch, but now mixing it further, I'm basically re-amending it. So I don't really need that happy frog anymore, which is my more inert soil. So to this 55-gallon tote, to re-amend it, I'm going back in with Ocean Forest. I'm going back in with the Purple Cow compost, and I'm going back in with worm castings. For all 3 of those, I might pay maybe 60 or 70 bucks at my local grocery store, but off another 60 or $70 investment with what I've already spent, that's gonna give me an entire another 55 gallons of dirt. So that's something to think about. A little bit more investment to do the super soil mix initially, but down the line, it's actually going to be a pretty big money saver because we're going to be recycling it. Another thing, if you guys are interested in the Drug War Veterans t-shirt that you saw me create in today's episode and wear throughout, hit me up in the Instagram DMs. Best place to reach out is Cortez the Conqueror or House of Cortez. But either one of those, they will get you to me. I'll respond. I'm putting in a bulk order soon, trying to get some pricing worked out with these guys. But if you're interested, I can definitely get one to you. But until next time, take it easy, guys.
What's coming to you?
Oh, well, what's coming to you?
The world, Chico. And everything in it.
Let me this bitch retarded.